In the shadowy depths of history, some stories refuse to fade away. They linger like ghosts, haunting our imagination, raising more questions than answers. Among these tales, one stands out, a story that has puzzled and intrigued for over a century. It's the story of the Mary Celeste, a ship found adrift in the Atlantic Ocean in 1872, with her crew mysteriously vanished. What could have driven experienced sailors to abandon a perfectly seaworthy vessel? Where did they go? And perhaps more chillingly, why were they never seen again? As we delve into this maritime enigma, prepare to explore not just the facts, but the shadowy realms of conspiracy and the supernatural. This is the tale of the Mary Celeste, a mystery that may never be fully unraveled. The story of the Mary Celeste begins long before her ill-fated voyage. Originally christened as the Amazon in 1861, the ship was a modest yet sturdy brigantine, built to endure the rigors of the sea. However, her early years were marked by a series of unfortunate events, accidents, a collision, and even a fire. It seemed as though the ship was cursed from the start. After several changes in ownership, she was finally acquired by a consortium led by Captain Benjamin Briggs, a seasoned mariner known for his steady hand and deep religious faith. The ship was refitted and renamed the Mary Celeste in 1869 in the hopes of leaving her troubled past behind. On November 7, 1872, the Mary Celeste set sail from New York Harbor, bound for Genoa, Italy. Aboard were Captain Briggs, his wife Sarah, their 2-year-old daughter Sophia, and a crew of 7 experienced sailors. The ship's cargo consisted of 1,701 barrels of industrial alcohol, a common yet volatile substance used in various industries. This was no ordinary voyage, however. It was one fraught with uncertainty. The Atlantic Ocean, vast and unpredictable, had swallowed many ships before, and the winter months were particularly perilous. But Captain Briggs, with his decades of experience, was confident in his ability to navigate the treacherous waters. For the first few weeks, all seemed to be going well. The Mary Celeste made good time, and the weather, though cold, was cooperative. Captain Briggs kept a meticulous log, recording their progress daily. On November 25th, the ship was about 600 miles west of the Azores, an archipelago in the mid-Atlantic. The crew's spirits were high. They were more than halfway to their destination, and the journey had been uneventful. But then, something changed. The last entry in the ship's log was made on the morning of November 25, 1872. It recorded the ship's position as just off the Azores, but it gave no indication of any trouble. There was no sign of impending disaster, no hint of the horror that was about to unfold. What happened next is one of the great mysteries of maritime history. Did the crew face some sudden danger that forced them to abandon ship? Or did something more insidious take place, something that left no trace in the ship's log? The Mary Celeste continued on her course, unmanned, until she was discovered drifting by the British brig Dei Gratia on December 5, 1872, nearly 400 miles east of the Azores. When Captain David Morehouse of the Dei Gratia sighted the Mary Celeste, he immediately sensed something was wrong. The ship was under partial sail, moving erratically, as if no one was at the helm. Morehouse knew Captain Briggs personally and respected him as a competent sailor, which made the sight all the more disturbing. Why would a ship, with no apparent damage, be left to drift aimlessly in the open sea? The boarding party from the Dei Gratia found the Mary Celeste eerily deserted. The ship was in good condition, with no signs of a struggle or damage. The cargo hold was intact, with all 1,701 barrels of alcohol accounted for. The personal belongings of the crew, including valuable items, were untouched. There was ample food and water, enough to last 6 months. Yet there was an unsettling absence. The ship's lifeboat was missing, along with the navigational instruments, the ship's chronometer, and sextant. But it was not just the physical emptiness that disturbed the boarding party. It was the pervasive sense of unease that hung in the air. The Mary Celeste was a ship seemingly abandoned in haste, but with no apparent reason. Why would an experienced captain and his crew abandon a perfectly seaworthy vessel, leaving behind everything they needed to survive? The discovery of the Mary Celeste sent shockwaves through the maritime community. The De Gratia crew managed to sail the derelict ship to Gibraltar, where an official inquiry was launched. But the investigation raised more questions than it answered. There was no evidence of foul play, no sign of mutiny, piracy, or any other criminal act. The ship's condition ruled out any immediate danger that would necessitate abandoning it. The only clue was a disassembled pump, suggesting that the crew might have thought the ship was taking on water. But even this theory was fraught with inconsistencies. 1. The Piracy Theory. Piracy was a common danger in the 19th century, and many initially speculated that the crew of the Mary Celeste had fallen victim to pirates. However, this theory falls short for several reasons. Firstly, the ship's cargo, 1,701 barrels of industrial alcohol, remained untouched, and all the crew's belongings, including valuables, were left behind. Pirates would have likely looted the ship and left it in disarray, but the Mary Celeste was found in near pristine condition. There were no signs of violence or a struggle, leading most to dismiss piracy as an unlikely explanation. 2. The Mutiny Theory. Another theory proposes that the crew mutinied, perhaps overwhelmed by the harsh conditions at sea, or driven to madness by the fumes from the alcohol cargo. However, this theory, too, has significant flaws. Captain Briggs was known to be a fair and competent leader, and there were no records or reports of discontent among the crew. Moreover, a mutiny typically results in violence, yet no blood or signs of a struggle were found on board. Could the crew have simply lost their nerve and fled, only to perish at sea? Or is there something darker at play? 3. The Alcohol Explosion Theory. One of the most compelling and plausible theories centers on the ship's cargo. The Mary Celeste was carrying a large quantity of industrial alcohol, a volatile substance. Some experts believe that the barrels might have leaked, releasing toxic fumes that caused the crew to fear an imminent explosion. In a panic, they may have abandoned ship in the lifeboat, tethering it to the Mary Celeste with a rope. But if the rope snapped or was cut, the lifeboat could have drifted away, leaving the crew stranded and lost to the vast Atlantic. Yet this theory doesn't explain why there were no signs of fire or explosion on board, nor why the crew wouldn't have returned once the danger had passed. 4. The Paranormal Theories. As the mystery deepened, more outlandish theories emerged, many of them delving into the paranormal. Some have suggested that the Mary Celeste was the victim of a ghost ship, a cursed vessel doomed to sail the seas for eternity. Others believe that the crew was taken by a sea monster, dragged into the depths by a creature from the abyss. But perhaps the most chilling theory is that of alien abduction. The idea that the crew was taken by extraterrestrial beings, leaving no trace behind, might sound far-fetched, but it has persisted in the imaginations of many. Could the Mary Celeste have encountered something beyond our understanding, something not of this world? 5. The Secret Mission Theory. Another theory shrouded in conspiracy, suggests that the Mary Celeste was involved in a secret government mission. Some speculate that the ship was carrying something far more valuable than industrial alcohol, perhaps a dangerous substance or secret documents. According to this theory, the crew might have been ordered to abandon ship under the threat. 6. The natural disaster theory. Finally, there's the possibility that the crew fell victim to a rare but catastrophic natural event. A waterspout, a powerful tornado-like phenomenon over the sea, could have caused the crew to panic, thinking the ship was about to capsize. Alternatively, a sudden and violent seaquake might have made them believe the ship was sinking, yet the ship remained afloat, undamaged. Could they have misjudged the situation so badly? Despite extensive investigations and countless theories, the fate of the Mary Celeste's crew remains one of the most enduring mysteries of the sea. Each theory presents its own set of questions, none of which can be answered with certainty. The Mary Celeste was eventually salvaged and continued to sail under different owners, but she never escaped the shadow of her haunted past. The story of the Mary Celeste forces us to confront the limits of our knowledge, to acknowledge that some mysteries may never be solved. Was it a simple case of human error, compounded by a series of unfortunate events? Or was there something more sinister at work, something that defies explanation? As we contemplate the fate of the Mary Celeste, we are left with a chilling thought. The ocean is vast, and its depths hold secrets that may never be revealed. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the unknown. What do you think happened to the Mary Celeste and her crew? Let's discuss this in the comments. If you found the story of the Mary Celeste as captivating and mysterious as we do, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more explorations into history's most perplexing enigmas. Until next time, keep your eyes on the horizon and your imagination in the depths, because sometimes the most unsettling mysteries are the ones that remain unsolved.